Since opening to the public in 1968, Woods Mill Nature Reserve has been the heart of wildlife conservation in Sussex. The reserve is owned by the Sussex Wildlife Trust and it's one of 32 nature reserves managed by the charity right across Sussex. An old watermill has been located here for many centuries, but the mill itself stopped production in 1927, after which the land and buildings passed through many owners. For many years, Woods Mill was run as a tea room, an attraction on the Henfield to Shoreham Road. In 1950, the buildings, house and mill were purchased by the Smith family, who later bequeathed the entire property to the Sussex Wildlife Trust.
It was actually in the autumn of 1965 when we were told the exciting news that there was a possibility of an estate, a property in the middle of the county, which may possibly become a candidate for the headquarters of the Trust. And so I came here with one or two colleagues and met the family who owned it. And it was really very exciting because actually it was exactly what we've been looking for.
The Nature Reserve was opened to the public in June 1968. At the opening ceremony, naturalist and author James Fisher said, "Where else can one find such a fine educational centre? A living museum in such a beautiful setting. We are obviously at the beginnings of great things in Sussex." Today, Woods Mill is still the headquarters of the Sussex Wildlife Trust and an environmental education centre. The reserve is a prime example of what the wider countryside once contained. Visitors can walk around the pond, through ancient woodlands, alongside streams and waterways and through unimproved meadows with their wild hedgerows. This diverse range of habitats attracts a wide range of wildlife, from birds and bats to butterflies and reptiles.
Well, I mean, it's marvellous for children. And I always said from the beginning, if you wanted to design an educational nature reserve from scratch, you couldn't ask for more than what we've got here. We've got lake, stream, marsh, woodland, meadow. You've got so many different habitats in a very small area.
The meadows and hedges are important habitats here at Woods Mill. The wildflower meadows are being restored and are full of crickets, grasshoppers and butterflies in the summer. In the spring, the ancient woodlands come alive with bluebells and wood anemones. Listen out for turtle doves and nightingales in the hedgerows. Later in the summer, look out for purple emperor butterflies and silver-washed fritillaries flying amongst the trees. The pond was originally dug at the beginning of the last century as a fishing pond, but it's now teeming with wildlife. Swans and little grebes nest here, and in the water you'll find toads, newts, sticklebacks and dragonfly larvae. If you're lucky, you may spot a water shrew or even a grass snake.
In a way, it feels like home. It's when I arrive here and I open my car door, I can hear the sound of children laughing and enjoying themselves in the countryside. And that to me is so important, and it reminds me every time about why we do what we do.
Each year, Woods Mill hosts thousands of visitors. Many local schools visit and use the reserve as an outdoor classroom. Our volunteers work hard throughout the year, undertaking various manual tasks and managing the habitats across the reserve.
Woods Mill means a connection with nature. We see beautiful birds, butterflies, snakes, trees, shrubs, and not only is it good for the soul, it's good exercise as well for an old soul like me who needs to keep fit.
The reserve is open to the public throughout the year and is popular with photographers, naturalists, artists, families, or anybody who just wants to enjoy some peace and tranquility amongst wildlife. With the ongoing support of its members, Sussex Wildlife Trust is ensuring that this beautiful nature reserve remains an asset for everybody in the future.